Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Walk. My name's Gareth and today I'm in the city of Bristol in the southwest of England. I'm just walking up to meet the guys and we're going to hop on the bikes and we're going to cycle 10 miles of the former Midland Railway between the city of Bristol and the city of Bath. There's tons and tons of remains on this. It looks like a real amazing explore. So this is where we're beginning the explore, a few hundred yards away from what was Bristol St Philip Station. We're going to follow the line all the way up to a place called Mangotsfield. Now at that point, the line veers off there, down all the way to Bath Green Park Station. So this line was opened by the Midland Railway in 1869 and 1870. Now the reason I say that is because this section that we're on now actually went between Bristol and Birmingham in 1869, and then they extended at Mangotsfield Junction, which we'll get to. There's like a big sort of triangle there. Hopefully loads of remains of that. I'm pretty sure there's loads of remains the whole way. Hello mate. He had headphones on. Either that or he's ignoring me. And then it goes off to Bath. Now Bristol Temple Meads is the main station in Bristol, and if people know Bristol, it's still there now. It was a joint station owned by the Great Western Railway and the Midland Railway. But what the Midland Railway wanted to do is they then wanted to get their own line into Bath, because obviously you have to remember this was before nationalisation, and obviously at that point everyone was kind of competing against each other. But if you actually look at the map, the Great Western Railway had it stitched up because they've got a direct route to Bath, whereas this line we're following now basically goes around the sun to get to the moon. First remain then, Phil. We've got a bridge which looks in great shape. We've got some pigeons, but what have you spotted here, mate?
I spotted the line that used to run into the, I think it was Freightliner terminal just back there, because there's an old container lift in there. And obviously this is on the trackbed of the one that we're on now. Obviously we can't go on there, that's why we've come slightly off route now. But yeah, it goes back onto main line somewhere up there. But yeah, it's just still, it's been out of use for ages, you can see. Whether the contract gets renewed ever again and they use it again remains to be seen, but at least the track's still there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting any track today, I've got to say. Now, the reason I'm surprised to see that track there, to be honest, is this line went, oh, I've nearly had a head-on collision. I mean, I am sticking to the left though, to be fair, so do you know what I mean? I'm not in the wrong on that one, really. But this line closed in 1965, so, you know, it's a hell of a long time ago to still have a little bit of rail, you know, next to it, but yeah, so that's a nice little added bonus. There's already tons of remains. Going over another bridge there. I just blinded you with that, sorry. Mate, I tell you what, I think some people think it's the Tour de France around here, but yeah, absolutely tons of remains. Now this was a double track line, and there are loads of tunnels and stuff that we're going to come up to as well. Now obviously at the minute we're still in Bristol. Now if you look at the drone footage, see it's very, very built up Bristol. And you can just see that tree line going right the way through it. That's this railway line that we're following. And when this line closed in 1965, they kept it open for a bit, only for a couple of years, for coal deliveries from the port here at Bristol down to Bath. Now, I think because it closed a little bit later than the 65-66 that a lot of them went, it actually gave them a bit of time to think about stuff in terms of how they were going to redevelop it. And so rather than build across the trackbed as they've done in so many of these places, they kept this open, and actually this route between the two cities was established as a cycleway and a walkway in 1971, which is very early. Here we go. Another beautiful bridge. I love the ironwork, the lattice work, it's great. Just looks amazing. Steve's excited by it. Camera's out. So Vinny just spotted a plaque on that bridge actually, and Steve's got a photo of that. I'll just put that up now. 1925 then, that bridge was put in place. So the first station out of Bristol St Philip's is one called Fish Ponds. So we've been keeping our eyes peeled for some remains of that, and as of yet we've not spotted any. So we thought for a second this might be Fish Pond Station, but it's not.
we've looked at, there's a map on the side, so we're actually a bit further from that, so we haven't missed it, which is great. But there was obviously a footpath across here, and now Phil... No, not fast enough, Phil. He's not setting off the speed limit. That's the first bike trail I've ever been on, right, with the speed limiter thing on it, because Phil obviously tried to trigger it then and failed, but a lad came flying past us when we were looking at that map, going so fast that it flashed a warning at him to slow down. I've never seen that on a bike path before. Probably a good idea though, to be fair, because he was moving. Now, you wouldn't believe it when you look around, but we are still very much in the city of Bristol at this point, but it just looks really rural. But it's great because we're in this cutting and then you've got all residential areas all around us. This is an interesting one though, because Bath and Bristol were significant places historically, but they're big places now, both of them, both university cities as well. Now, as I said earlier, the route that the Great Western Railway follows is pretty direct really, whereas this line kind of went round the houses to get there. But at the same time, nowadays, the traffic, the amount of people that want to go between the two cities would be a lot higher than they were then. So, who knows, one day they might reopen this, you never know. Obviously these houses wouldn't have been here in the days of the railway, but what a place to live. I'd have loved that as a kid, Phil, looking out, steam trains.
Got a plate on it.
Wow, there we go. Oh, so that's all railway land that those houses are built on then, it must be.
So this is a year, that's interesting, that's 1 year later than that last one.
Oh, I nearly fell off my bike then, Phil.
So
oh, there we go, yeah.
A year to get up here?
1926. Well, no, because this line opened in 1870, so they've obviously replaced these.
Well, the road came up a little bit.
Although that rock there, that's yeah, mind you, that's brickwork there as well. I tell you what, I reckon that's part of like the ancient city walls or something. Let's have a butcher's hook. Well, I can't substantiate it in any way, other than look at that. I mean, these are old walls though, mate.
It's part of the old bridge, isn't it, I think, that used to go over here.
That would make far more sense, Philip.
I think that's up in your amazing...
There was me thinking it was the Romans. I was hoping to make a YouTube video claiming that the Romans developed the railways. So as Phil said there, that was almost certainly then the brickwork from the original bridge, as opposed to, you know, the birthplace of Jesus, which was basically what I was trying to sort of claim. So coming up now to the first station. I've kind of redone my sums a bit, and it transpires Fish Ponds Station has been missed. Unfortunately, I'm being dinged at. Unfortunately, we have missed that. There's no remains of it, so that's that. Here's a foot crossing there, you can see that. Now if I come down, there's the platform. Now this was Staple Hill Station. So you look at that recess, you can see that in the photo, can't you? That's where the station building was. Now it was double track. Unfortunately, that's all filled in. Now, the reason I've realised that it's not Fish Ponds is because of its proximity to the tunnel. Yeah, that's a bit of a sickener. Because I was hoping to get all the stations, and obviously the first station is long gone. Bristol St Phillips, we knew that was gone. But I thought there might be some remains of Fish Ponds, but unfortunately not. So there's our first remain as a station, Staple Hill. Now we're coming through Staple Hill Tunnel now. Here we go. Blocking the path, they're going to get told off by the cyclists. Now here, let's have a look. So as you can see, that photo again. So there's the tunnel that we're just about to go into, and there's that recess where that station building was there, look. Now that side, as you can see, was all filled in. Oh, look how epic that tunnel looks. You can hear the echoing as well as people are running through it. Now it reminds me quite a lot of Ashbourne Tunnel, this one. If you remember the episode that me, Phil and Nikita did where we went through Ashbourne Tunnel, it's like that, but what they've done here, which is quite strange, if you can see on the other side where you've got those recesses, look, they filled them in. Every single one of them. I'll keep going. Like that, look, they filled them in. I'm not sure why you would do that. So there you go, there's a closer look at one of those recesses, look, and you can see at the top, it's got that sort of circular stonework. I'm not sure why they filled that in, but what the guys have spotted here, which is kind of crazy, just get beyond that light. Wow. That is epic. Look at that. That's crazy. I've never seen an air shaft like that in a tunnel before. Almost kind of quite medieval looking, wasn't it?
Now this is such a busy cycle route, which is great because it's getting used, and the more it gets used, the less likely it is to be, you know, built on. But I have to really have my wits about me, and there's a lot of noise of people chatting and bikes flying past and people running, so sorry about that.
So here we go, we're coming up to Mangotsfield Station. I'm pretty sure I've been calling it Mangotsfield, which the locals might not be too impressed with. Now, as you can see through the bright light of the near-death experience, this is a triangle. Look at that. So left there where that guy's running, that would go off to Birmingham, and right goes off to Bath, which is where we're going. It just looks epic. It's very Ambergate-esque, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and nearly all the platforms are there.
It's great, isn't it? It looks awesome. Okay, so we've stuck our bikes up there. Let's have a little explore of this station. So this is the line off to Bath. That's what we're going to be following there. So you've got platforms both sides. Now the lads have been off investigating something. Let's get down onto the trackbed here and see. I'm pretty sure this is what they were looking at. Does that go all the way under? Phil, does that go all the way under?
Yeah, I think it's a subway system that used to go between platform and platform.
Right, let's have a look actually now. Oh yeah, there you go, you can see it. Clear as you like. Mate, so that would have been the subway system. Wow.
Just thinking of the people, do you know what I mean, 100 years ago, climbing under there, going off to work or going off to see their husbands and wives or whatever. Going off to war, more likely. Right, what have you spotted on the other side, guys?
I'll meet you over on the platform, mate.
Is that actual stairs, or is he doing one of those gags? You know that your dad used to do when you were a kid?
These steps went further down, but they just filled it in a little bit there.
There you go. Awesome remain. Let's have a butcher's look then. Look at this. So you'd come walking down here, see that's all been infilled like Phil said, and underneath the platform.
That's incredible, that is. Because you don't normally find that. Normally they fill that in at any of these stations. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the edge of the station building.
So I know the sunshine's probably quite annoying, but to be honest, when I got up this morning at 3:30 AM, it was Baltic. So I'm quite happy that the sun's out, to be honest. Look at that. It's literally just the wall. Now I was wondering if there would be a connection, because both these lines were owned by the Midland Railway, that there would be a connection from this Bath line to the Birmingham line. Do you know what I mean? Like, to create an actual triangle, but it doesn't actually look like that was the case. Unless, of course, it's in those trees, which it could well be. That'll be an old map job. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it, to have a connection, but look at that. Oh, mate. Just a wall, but you know that would have been such an epic station.
Because the Midland Railway did not do anything by halves. When they built stuff, they weren't playing games. They spent serious money, and they got in serious architects, so this would have been incredible.
So into the station building then, there's the other side of it. Oh, blinding sun. And the same the other side there, look. Wow. Oh, wow, what a beautiful station this would have been. And there's some remains there, look. Bit of track. See a gate. Looks like there's a gate post the other side as well, look.
I'm thinking where we are, it's pretty rural now, we're out of Bristol. But then I guess, if you're getting a train from Bristol, which is a major station, major city, to Birmingham, which is the second biggest city in Britain, or you're going down to Bath, which again is a significant city, if you're changing here, this would be a busy place in theory. It would make sense to be quite an epic station. So we're leaving this awesome station of Mangotsfield now, and we're going to head down on this Bath line, the Bath branch as it was known locally, and the next station is a place called Warmley. So what were you saying to me then, Phil?
Yeah, that triangular station, apparently this side of the triangle we used heavily, especially on summer, because all the excursions that were coming down to the south coast from the Midlands just bypassed Bristol and everything. They just shot straight down into Bath reverse, then headed for the coast. So very busy.
This is a modern bridge, obviously, just outside the station. This is the first port of call. Now, I don't know if that's meant to be a colliery winding arm, but it's made out of sleepers, look.
Interesting one, because you think of collieries, you think of Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Yorkshire. You don't think of Somerset and this part of of England. But actually, Somerset alone had 80 collieries. I had no idea until, you know, we were heading down there, and obviously you start to look up stuff. So we're back on the track bed now. I stopped filming for a bit because basically the track bed was completely decimated by this massive roundabout and bypass and stuff, so we had to go off and come back on. But now we are true to the track bed. And there's a clue. Here we go then, Warmley Station. Now from what I can see, that looks like a station building. I can see a signal box. Mate, now we're talking. Hello mate. Oh mate, look at that. That's epic. Warmley Station. Double track again, look. Whatever is cooking smells amazing.
Don't let go, smell that.
Oh mate, too late. Oh, nearly fell off my bike, that's how good it smells. I thought that was a real carriage then, I got excited. It's actually just a mural, alright. Look at this, mate. This is amazing. So there's your original station building down there. You got the signal box. It's a private house now, look, so I'm not going to do too much, although it's too late, I've already filmed it. So that was Warmley Station. If you look across the road, they think I'm going, I'm not. There's the signal box. Mate, it looks amazing. Right, Phil's in dreamland here. Railways and cats.
Yeah, and bikes.
It's oh, hat-trick for Phil. Hello mate. Oh yeah, look at you. You're adorable.
Friendlier than mine.
Mate, station cat. What's your name? What's your name? What should we call you? Marmalade. Right, this is the video now guys. It's another sort of 2.5 hours of this. Look at that. Mate, it's still got everything inside, look. Oh mate, oh jeez, that scared me then. There's a mannequin in there. Wow, Warmley Station is awesome. We've got a signal box, station buildings, platform, a cat. Mate, right. Okay, so we're moving on now to Oldland Common. That's the next stop on this Midland Railway, Bristol to Bath line. Now, I don't want to make Oldland Common feel, you know, intimidated, but it's got a lot to live up to. It's going to live up to Warmley. That was amazing. So, following the track bed still. Not sure what's going on here. I mean, that looks like some kind of centurion, which has a link to Bath, obviously, because of the Romans. I'm not sure what he's doing, so answers on a postcard and keep it clean. It's having a drink. Mate, right, I thought that Warmley was going to win the party, but we've got an active line here, Phil.
Yep.
So what's here?
Well, I'm not sure. Its name is the Avon Valley Railway. It's a preserved heritage line.
Right.
And it looks like it does get used because the lines look.
Oh yeah, they're well and truly used, yeah. So there's your head shunt. So that would have been the continuation of this line all the way into Bristol.
Yeah, that's it.
Mate, if we see a steam train, I'm all over the place.
Looks like its original platform.
So I thought Oldland Common would not get anywhere near Warmley because Warmley had a cafe and a signal box with a mannequin in it. But instead we've actually got an active station. Alright, you win. There we go, look at that, Oldland Common halt. I mean, it's a bit more than a halt. Okay mate, looking at that station though, I don't think that's the original platform, guys.
On your right, mate.
Okay mate.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think that's the original platform, I think that's been rebuilt. Look at that, Midland Railway. So, this was double track, this line obviously, and now it's single there, and there's a path here obviously which we're cycling on, so very much like the Granite Way, if you watched that video that I did with my mate Turlo down in Dartmoor. Now do you hear people when they come past you, they go, on your right mate, on your right mate. Oh, that sound, that's great, just say on your right mate, and I'm like, alright mate, and they go past. The ding 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 of the bell, honestly mate, it kills me. I don't know what it is about that sound, but it literally goes through me. And every time I hear it, I'm like, oh God. Still going. Although, Phil was mentioning earlier that actually those rails look quite used. Actually, the closer you get to them, they don't really. They look like they're shiny in the distance, but when you get closer, there is a layer of rust on the top, so maybe it's not used that often. It's a beautiful red brick bridge, that is gorgeous. We've also got some dumped railway infrastructure. You're saying you reckon that's a crane, Steve?
That's overhead crane.
It looks like this heritage line has had a go and it's sort of fallen on hard times, doesn't it, to be honest?
Yeah.
I think the party is about to get started. Oh mate, that's steam! So maybe the railway's doing fine, it just doesn't run this far down anymore. Oh mate, I hope that's a steam engine being fired up and someone's not just torch sank. Look at that mate, crane right up in the trees, look. I'm being done now by some sort of cargo units, but actually on the other side of them is plenty. Oh mate, there's a boiler. There we go, look. Got plenty of rail infrastructure all of a sudden, mate. There you go, Bittern Station. Each station's getting better than the last. I thought at Warmley like we peaked. So that was Bittern Station then. I didn't realise quite how much of this disused railway line that we were supposed to be cycling today is actually used, you know, in a heritage format. Because it's still, as you can see, right next to us now. I'm not sure for how much longer though, so each thing's going to be a bit of a surprise really, but Bittern Station there look great. We're about 7 miles out of Bath, aren't we, Phil? Which is about halfway point, actually. I was saying at the top of the video I thought it was 10 miles. It's actually around about 14 and a half, 15. So this station is Avon Riverside. Now it's meant to be, with the Midland Railway, something called Kelston. So looking at that platform there, that's modern. They've obviously built this as the terminus of this heritage line, and the actual Kelston station should be at some point in the distance, hopefully maintained. There we go, what we got? Sprinter. Boo. Because we're not actually far out of Bath now, which is why that Great Western Railway is so close to us, because like I said at the top of the video, this one kind of went round the sun to get to the moon, whereas that one was dead direct, but the two are coming together now.
Yes, please.
Right, what we got, boys?
It's the former plate layers up, it's now Dave's shop. Phil's shop.
How can you mistake me for Dave? Yeah, not much to sell today, boys, sorry. I'm not at the delivery today.
Look at this. Is there a little fireplace in the middle? They normally have a fireplace in them, don't they?
No, there's a weird thing.
Oh, mate!
No, that's all about.
That's built on top of... Oh no, that's mud. I thought that was like an old rock then, but no, it's mud. We're right on the edge of Bath now. Look at that. There's so many structures still there on this line. It is awesome how much stuff's remaining. Now in a minute, having said all that, we're actually going to have to get off the track bed, and I think we jump down onto the canal path, and that will take us into the centre of Bath, and then we get to Bath Green Park Station, originally called Bath Queen Square. I'm not sure why they changed the name to Green Park, but they did, and that's still remaining. It's been repurposed, but that's still remaining. Just gonna have a little clamber down underneath this bridge, just so I can just get an under view of it, because obviously when we do railway walks, you know, we tend to jump down. Oh mate, there we go, I forgot how posh Bath was. Rowers. Yeah, when we're walking, you climb down underneath these bridges all the time, don't you? But when you're cycling, you're obviously just flying over the top of them. But there you go. Awesome structure. Mate, I'm tired just watching those lads. Even though I've just cycled, you know, best part of 15 miles, don't really compare with that. So the trail's ended now. We're basically in Bath, pretty much. So the trail's ended, like I say, so we're going to come down now on the road, unfortunately, until we get to the canal. Then we'll follow the canal path underneath this Bristol to Bath line. So we should see plenty of remains of bridges and arches and stuff, but from the underneath, which is always, you know, interesting as well. And then at that point, we'll get back up onto the track bed and we'll follow it in to Bath Green Park Station. I am sweating out, Phil. It was freezing when we started, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's nice now, mate.
Yeah, mate. Still got my woolly hat and coat on. So this is the bridge of the Midland Railway that we've been cycling all the way from Bristol as it goes into Bath. Now through there, obviously Bath Station. In a second though, we should come under another bridge which came out of Bath Station, still the Midland Railway, and into a gasworks, which is what kept this line open, or at least this section of the line open, until 1971, because what they were doing was bringing coal into this gasworks. And there you go, there it is. So single track that, Phil, you're closer than me. Not sure what that's used for now, apart from obviously, you know, to get that pipe in across, but there you go. Okay, so we're away from the canal now.
And we're in the beautiful city of Bath. I mean, these are all new builds. This isn't really doing Bath that much justice, but these are old buildings, Phil. So where those cranes are there, that was the yard of this Bath station, and these look like they're kind of in keeping, don't they, with that kind of time. I was going to get done by the old Bill then. Oh mate,
Yeah, it's got that, what do you call that, Steve?
that's amazing.
And buttress.
Yeah.
A buttress. Buttress Garley.
Well, yeah.
Mate,
It's
that's
still respected, isn't it?
awesome.
Yeah, that's on the approach to the station, so we've only got one major piece of infrastructure between now and the station. That's the actual line going into the station, so we'll be there in a minute.
That is awesome. It's one of those things that unless you're into trains and into railways, you just think that was a retaining wall or whatever. So through that car park, straight through there, that's where those bridge abutments were that we saw a second ago. And look at this. It's a road now, so you can literally cycle into the station. You see it in the distance, epic. Crossing the river one last time. And in to Bath Green Park Station. As I say, formerly Queen Square Station, Bath Queen Square. No idea why it was given that name. Look at that. The terminus of the Midland Railway line from Bristol to Bath. Amazing. And as you can see, well, we'll go and have a look at the facade in a sec. So Vinny is kindly staying back at the Sainsbury's with the bikes so we can come inside this station. It's epic. It's a market now, but I bet it's about as busy as it probably was back in the day. Full of passengers. Smells incredible, mate. Yeah, I've eaten, but I'm hungry still as a result. So look at that. It's just gorgeous. So let's have a look at the actual building as we come through. So these would have been, you know, ticket offices and things like that. Same the other side. Sorry, smacked a guy with my bag. Oh mate, the sun is really bright now coming through, so I'm going to turn it that way. The structure is awesome. I love it. Come to the railway station, buy yourself a cob. It's alright, isn't it, Steve? It's
Great.
mate, amazing. So let's go and have a little look at the front of the building. Because as I said earlier on, the Midland Railway did not mess about. And there you go. 1869 to 1966. Mate. It's gorgeous. Let me have a look around the front here. Sorry mate, just jumped in front of you. That is an amazing building. That Georgian look as well, which is synonymous with Bath if you've ever been here before. So that's us, 15 miles from Bristol to Bath on the Midland Railway. That was great fun, lads.
Yeah, very nice. Good stuff.
Loads of remains. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
Yeah. Cheers.